Today, I'm so excited to share with you probably one of my favorite hacks for creating wealth. Anytime you can stack a couple of strategies on top of each other to make more money, you hit a new level of velocity. And today we're doing that with life insurance. Many people ask me this question, Chris, should I invest in whole life insurance for my retirement? And to that, I would say yes, but not for the reasons you're thinking about. I invest in life insurance for entirely different reasons. And today I'm going to share with you life insurance, not just as an investment vehicle for making money. I'm going to share it with you as a vehicle for how you can magnify your business, your real estate, and make a heck of a lot more money.
'Cause we're gonna be legends. What we're doing here ain't just scary. It's about to be legendary.
So check it out. Years ago, as I was getting rolling in my real estate, I started making a lot of excess money. And I kept thinking to myself, I need to have a place where I can save this money up as I'm preparing to put it in my next investment to create even more residual income. And I was talking with a brand new friend of mine who was deep in the insurance space. And he said, you know, Chris, there's a special type of bank account that exists. And in this bank account, it doesn't pay you 0.5% like your normal bank. It actually pays you 5%, sometimes 8%, sometimes more. I said, that's weird. I've never heard of a bank that pays you 5%. And he says, well, have you also heard of a bank that makes your money absolutely untouchable? I says, what are you talking about? He said, yeah, this is a rare bank account, the only kind that if someone were to sue you or if you get drug into some kind of litigation, that the money is literally iron-proof, untouchable. I said, what is this, some kind of weird Swiss bank account? He said, no, it's even better. What if I told you that all the money that grew was entirely tax-free? I said, okay, I don't know what you're talking about. Whatever bank that is, I need to get some. Where do I sign up? Who is this bank? Can you give me their banking URL? And that's when he shared with me, he said, actually, Chris, it's a rare type of life insurance that most insurance agents won't even sell. I said, why not? And life insurance? He said, yeah. You need to understand something, my friend. There's two types of life insurance. The one that most of us have heard about is what is called term insurance. And this stuff is cheap, especially when you're young. You could get $1 million policy for a few bucks a month. And with term, they normally say, hey, this is a 20-year policy. We'll lock it in right now. Pay us, $30 a month or $80 a month or $200 a month or whatever it's going to be. And we're going to insure you for a certain amount of money. And if you die, then whoever you say gets that money gets that money. Now, this is what I call investing in your death. I don't think it's a whole lot of fun. I don't think it's a sexy conversation to talk about investing in your death, but there's a different kind of insurance that is all about investing in your life. You need to check this one out. This is a rare type of whole life insurance. Now, I want to be really clear. If you're sitting there and like, oh, I've heard of whole life, or I know what that is, shut up. School is back in session. I want to give you an entirely different perspective than the one that you may have been raised with, because I'm sharing with you a kind of policy most people have never done before. There's a type of whole life insurance policy where you can take excess money that you have and you can put it in, but not for a death benefit. Number one, it will actually give you a death benefit. If you die, it will actually create a benefit, which, by the way, is fantastic, because if I kick the bucket today, my wife is getting a massive insurance check. Not too big so that I'm still more valuable alive than dead. But number two, this whole life insurance policy, it's like a bank. And I don't want you to see whole life. I want you to think this is a bank, and it pays out historically 5% plus. Right now, your bank is paying you what? Like nothing? Maybe if you put your money in a mutual fund, you're earning maybe 1 or 2%. It's low and it's pathetic. 5% also doesn't get me excited, but as a placeholder, yeah, actually that feels smart. That feels intelligent. And then number three, check this one out. Imagine a bank that not only gave you a death benefit, not only did this, but it also was untouchable. Currently to date in the United States, this is unlitigatable money. If someone wanted to take you to the cleaners for everything that you own and tried to personally attack you, there's one type of account on the planet that no one can get to, and that is a person's whole life insurance policy. Now, this is my favorite part. I can take my money, they call it borrowing, I can take my money out of my bank account, still have it produce this rate of return. I can borrow it at roughly the cost of whatever the return is, so the money is near free, if you will. There's no payment associated with it, and if there was, it would come off of my death benefit, which if I have $1 million death benefit and my policy goes down by $30 this month because I took money out of it, that's practically nothing. But what I can do is now I can take this money and guess what I can do with it? That's right. You know me as the real estate investor, right? I mean, I've done thousands of projects. This is where I help people build their own financial freedom. This is where I help people over a period of time figure out how to live life on their terms and achieve their financial destiny, because I believe that you and I, we can have it all. This is a means to an end. This is actually a very intelligent thing that you can pair up with business. You can pair it up with real estate. And most insurance companies won't tell you about this. And I'll share with you a dirty little secret. It's because the policy that I'm talking about, if you can put money in and then take it right back out, it means that the person that sold you the insurance isn't going to make a big commission. So this is a rare type of policy that very few are set up to and designed to work well with. They just don't make a lot of money on it, so they don't actually tell us about it. But my friends that are wealthy and rich, you want to know something cool, is they set up their own privatized banks, not FDIC insured for $250,000. That government puts a cap on that. This stuff, these banks that have been around for a long period of time, they give you all these benefits. And here's the best part. As I'm paying money in and then I borrow the money for my investing, eventually I'm going to sell my real estate. And when it comes back to me, I have a tax shelter where I can put it right back in here. And guess what that money's going to be earning me? It's going to be earning me 5% with this status right here. And I'm telling you right now, this is some pretty specialized knowledge. And I need you to understand that no matter how young you are, the time to be opening and starting a policy like this is right now. Rule number one, if you've seen it in my other videos, is that when you get out there and you have a job and you have income coming in, the most important bill that you pay is the one paid directly to you. You got to pay yourself first. You got to pay yourself before mortgage and cell phone and other bills and anything else that you got in your life. Because if you're not paying yourself, then it means you're working just to pay bills and support a lifestyle. The reality is, if you want to level up your lifestyle, if you want to take life to the next limit, you're going to have to find a more intelligent approach to money. So you pay yourself first. This is where you store your money, not in the bank. It saves up, it builds up, and boom, it can go into supporting your business. For me, it's almost always going back into real estate. I've been using this stuff for over a decade, and I'm telling you, it's one of the more sophisticated components of what it is I do. Now, I do have a team of experts that I personally work with that design these policies for real estate, for business, and for your life. If you want to get to know them personally, I highly recommend that you do. What I want you to do is there's a link below in the description. I want you to click it and have a conversation with them and say, hey, I'm a fan of Chris's. Real estate is in my future. I'm going to be doing it. And he said that I need to set up a special kind of bank, a bank that will give me all of these benefits that my bank won't give me so that I can get on my road to being a successful entrepreneur. You tell them I sent you, they're going to take care of you. I'm a big client of theirs. Anyway, friends, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope this was knowledgeable. I'm going to make a few more videos on this, because this is super powerful stuff if you want to magnify your real estate, your business, your anything. So links below in the description. Also in the description, you'll find information for getting a free copy of my book on how to make your next $1 million in real estate, starting from scratch, starting from nothing. And make sure, my friend, above all, that you are a subscriber, because every single day I'm committed to producing a video like this that can give you information to better your life.